Alright, welcome back to the broadcast, everybody. BHOP taking on Vendetta in this IEM Rio in a qualifier. This is the quarterfinal. Some other very solid teams playing in the 3 other quarterfinals at the moment. Things have gone a bit quiet here in the server. Vendetta stacked with 3B, 1 mid, and then Tender holding down the A site. And BHOP is leaning towards B at the moment, grouped up at the early B hallway before kitchen there. Swan causing a distraction here at the A side. There is no bomb at A. This is just Swan trying to get some rotations over to A. But Vendetta is not taking the bait. They're still holding B. Woohoo able to get an easy kill at the end of apartments. Gets another headshot there as he peeks out the apartment window. It's only Silas and Swan remaining here for BHOP. Swan taken out by another well-placed headshot from Vendetta. They are looking very sharp on this pistol round. Silas on the peak from the B apartments does kill Pluto at the end of apartments, but he was already low. Woohoo gonna finish him off even though Woohoo only had 1 HP. And Vendetta able to win the ever important second half pistol round here on Mirage. Full save here. Vendetta holding down mid as expected. Not much BHOP could do there. A clean round for Vendetta as they don't lose a single player. Or really take any damage either. And this game could get very close very quickly here. There's a lot riding on this round specifically for BHOP. Full rifle buy for them. 5 AKs in play. And again, things have gone a bit quiet in the server. Some light utility being used defensively at mid. Brett and Beaky got to peek from underpass. Brett was prepared, though. He's actually going to land the first shots against Pluto into connector. Less than a minute on the clock. BHOP still weighing their options, but it does look like they want to take this towards A. Drops 1 in sight, but the trade is waiting for him there. Enemy from Sandwich. But Silas and Brett fighting back at the A side. Beaky hops up into window, drops Woohoo in jungle. It's only Momo remaining here for Vendetta. You'll take down Brett late here in jungle. Oh, almost looked like he was still going for it there. Eventually started to fall back to save the weapon, but not going to be able to do so. Beaky not going to allow that. As he connects on the kill through connector. BHOP back up by 6. And Vendetta left in a bit of an awkward situation. They're on a majority buy. But Tender's going to have to settle for an MP9, and 4 out of the 5 Vendetta players here are without head armor. Which, if you guys have listened to my casts in the past, you know that I think that's a very little discussed factor, an under-discussed factor, if you will. The lack of head armor on rifle rounds and the conversion rate when there's no head armor in play. Definitely a much lower conversion rate from what I've seen when both teams have even weaponry, but one team is without head armor. They are indeed at a significant disadvantage. Especially you've got some serious headhunters here on the BHOP side. Consti. Nice frag down connector. That does bring the early man advantage to Vendetta. BHOP now falling back through T-spawn with the C4, making their way towards the A ramp. Tender right there at the top of A ramp. Looked like he had a smoke out. We'll see if he switches his rifle in time or not. Momo dropping into the big underpass stairs. Beaky may have heard that audio cue at the last second there, but not able to turn around in time to defend himself. Tender able to defend himself just fine with that MP9. Meanwhile, right in front of Tetris, in front of the A ramp, drops 2. Aris already tagged, and Palace will fall to Woohoo's A1S, and Vendetta has cut the lead to 5 again. And they are still in this, folks. It's not necessarily close yet, but 1 or 2 more rounds, this is gonna feel like a pretty close game. I would say 4 rounds is the cutoff for a close / almost close game. Five rounds, a 5-round deficit. This is kind of middle ground territory. Vendetta could, I mean, they should get this round going up against Eco. If somehow they don't, it's going to be an issue for them here. Swan and Beaky do actually get a couple trades with Glocks, so this is not a... Oh. Vendetta does eventually get the round. I was going to say it wasn't necessarily guaranteed if BHOP could have got those rifles in hand quicker, but they were just getting rushed off the rotation quickly there. So Vendetta is able to clean up and secure the defuse at the B site. And this is officially a close / semi-close game now. Making their way into middle. Consti pushed aggressively into underpass with an op, but it pays off. Downs Beaky. He was ready to dodge a flash right after that too, but didn't have to. Meanwhile, Woohoo moving up mid. It looks like he was clearing the cubby where Brett is, but he didn't fully clear it, and that led to his demise. Harris with a nice pick there into the kitchen area, and it's only Momo and Pluto remaining here from Vendetta. 2 players from the latest iteration of the BNB V2 squad. Pluto able to kill 1 there off that rotation from mid. He's now making his way to the back of the A site. BHOP still with the man advantage here, just over 40 seconds on the clock. nice ranged pick there through connector, and that might be enough for BHOP to secure this round. Maybe not, though. BHOP not able to get the bomb down immediately as Momo got that late frag, but he wasn't able to capitalize after that. Looks like we do have a disconnect here on the Vendetta side. Let me see how serious of a tech issue this is. Looks like Momo got DC'd. Give me just a moment here, guys, as I check on this.
No pulse and all alone. Time's not kind and it won't let go. No thoughts left in my head. My mind's not mine and it won't forget. But you bring me back from my darkness black. Cause the soul in me and the heart I have for you. It bleeds for you, it beats again. Oh, you bring me to life. 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 Bring me.
Welcome back, everybody. Looks like Momo's issues weren't too serious there. He would push through connector, connects onto Pluto early there. Into jungle, Eris peeking out of Palace. He'll take down Tender in sight. BHOP with the man advantage. And even though Vendetta's running a double op setup here, they're going to have to make something happen quickly. This rotation to the A site. Momo does get one from jungle area, but he's traded out. BHOP still with the man advantage, now post-plant. And Woohoo will end up just saving the rifles here. So BHOP may be inching closer to this best of one victory. The semifinals are taking place today as well. The grand final just for seeding will be tomorrow, but two teams will qualify from those semifinals for Rio today, or at least for the closed qualifier rather. Looks like a timeout has been taken here by Vendetta. Quite an extended timeout here. Not sure if this is a standard timeout mixed with a tech pause. Vendetta with a mixed bag in terms of their weaponry here. A couple silenced M4s, Consti on the op. Tender going to be utilizing an MP9, Momo on the Deagle. Woohoo going to be the only CT this round with head armor. He's got a defusal kit as well, the only one on his team. And for all my enthusiasts in chat wondering about Vendetta's chances here, if any, well, Vendetta todavía tiene la oportunidad de ganar. They still have a chance to win, my friends. Down by 6, but it's not impossible. See if Vendetta is able to come back one round at a time here. Live play resuming. They are outgunned this round. But as mentioned, they do still have 3 rifles in play, including Consti's op. Consti keeping an eye on the mid push. Molotov is being used defensively there at the B apartments by Momo. BHOP letting a bit of time off the clock here, letting things cook a bit. They're trying to use some psychological warfare here. Letting Vendetta just ride out this heat wave on Mirage. Vendetta just sitting in the high sun right now, waiting for some terrorists to appear. But BHOP's being pretty sneaky here. Beaky letting himself be doxxed there at the B site. Lightly tags Momo down to 67. Is that a sign of more damage to come here to the CT side? It is. Silence going to pick off Woohoo after Woohoo got a bit aggressive there at middle. BHOP now using that as their cue to drop off into the B side, but as Pluto prepared from the opposite side of site, kills the all-star Beaky front side, but Brett can get the trade in. Eris in middle, gonna pick off Tender in connector. Another set of trades going out at the B side, and it's only Momo remaining for the C2 side. Brett finish him off with the AK-47. BHOP has brought this to a match point situation, up 15-8. I don't want to say too much here. We'll see how this plays out. Vendetta on 4 MP9s, Consti with the FAMAS. Consti advancing up mid, kills Brett early with that FAMAS. So Vendetta might live to see another round here. We'll see, still early in the round. It's always scary going up against a bunch of MP9s, especially on those close range angles. Momo might be able to make something from the back of bench. Peaks gets one. Picking off one back sight as well. Trades go out. Beaky eventually trading back onto Momo at bench, but Vendetta does still have the man advantage here. Tender on the re-peek from opposite front pillar does kill Eris, and it's only Beaky remaining. At Van Pluto coming flying around that corner, gets the aerial MP9 kill. Could Vendetta still come back? Down by 6 again. utility being used by Vendetta here at the B apartments. Looks like Beaky was ever so lightly tagged over there in apartments. Might have been some spam. Beaky returning fire, but not for too much damage there on him. Meanwhile, Pluto, feeling confident at middle, does pick off Swan top mid. Trade goes out as Brett makes the peek from underpass just a moment thereafter. Vendetta with the man advantage. And this game is not solidified for BHOP quite yet. Consti, keeping an eye on the murder window. Converts as Brett peeks. Beaky making the peek now from balcony. It's only Beaky remaining now after Consti picks off Harris in front of the B side. Beaky still fighting. Downs Momo at bench. Sees Consti through that smoke, but not able to land damage yet, unfortunately. Does get the kill after the re-peek from the default player. Swaps out for the AWP. Kills Woohoo at the market window, but he runs out of time after bringing this to a 1v1. If somehow he could have had enough time to turn towards Catwalk, had that final CT still been peeking at that point, Beaky almost could have ended the match there. Or could have, rather. Even though he was already making pretty good time, but just not enough seconds on the clock. Looks like a timeout has been taken here by BHOP. Beaky on the AWP this round. His teammates still undecided. Live play now resuming. Those other 4 BHOP players actually just on a full save here with Glocks. So Vendetta has a very good opportunity to bring this to a 4-round game and potentially closer soon after. Dropping down ladder, lines at 2 sides, eventually gets the trade, but Woohoo able to trade right back for a second kill of the round. Beaky does pick Consti at range from Palace, but Beaky the last man standing for BHOP. He does have that op in hand. He's likely just going to be looking to save that. Beaky probably knows there could be one on the rotation. Oh, maybe he wasn't quite expecting that as he came around the corner with his knife. Probably thought he still had at least some time there to fall back. We're back to a 4-round game. And suddenly things have gotten very interesting yet again here. And with BHOP on just a semi-buy with upgraded pistols this round, I mean, this could very well be a 3-round game in just a moment here. BHOP has taken another timeout as they're discussing how to best go about this semi-buy. Silas does have a MAC-10 in hand, the only automatic weapon here on the T side. Silas able to get the early pick there as he leads his team into the A side. Swan still lurking back at Cap, but gets caught with his knife out. Bit of an awkward situation there. He maybe still could have got a 1D had he his Deeg still out there. Vendetta, meanwhile, continuing to get the trades needed. The bomb was planted, and Brett does have an AK here at the back of the A site. Brett's brought this to a 2v2, and suddenly the pressure is fully on Vendetta, who are trying to retake with 2 AWPs, which is not necessarily going to be easy. Momo switching to a sidearm, killed from Eris and Sandwich. Consti with a no-scope trade there as he advances from Sandwich to site. The defuse is heard. Brett on the peak. Consti with no time to defuse. Brett can get that final kill regardless. And BHOP is advancing to the semifinals here in the Rio NA qualifier. Congratulations to them. A well-fought battle by both teams. Vendetta a couple times there